when Bible Pattern Church started. Once I hear any group anywhere, they are doing something that is holy. Are you see there? That we don't do. Immediately I hear it, we begin to do it. You say you are foolish, you are extremely foolish. Let me tell you one of the things I did. One day my friend Akinola, I told you that was the only pastor friend I had in Ekole, Pastor Akinola. We were discussing one day, he told me that when I went, he graduated from IBTC. He met me in Ekole, but both of us got to Ekole in 1980. Deeper Life, he was the one who started Deeper Life in Ekole. His sister was doing small fellowship, but later he came and he was the pastor. He told me that one day, when he went for his practice, IT, he went to a church to do IT as a Deeper Life IBT student. He said when he finished the IT and returned to school, the picture he took when he was leaving the church glazed it and sent it to him. They sent it to IBTs. Quote me. His wife is still in Obaile in Akure. Pastor Akinola Adegbite was the only friend I had. You want to hear the truth? Since he died, I have not gotten another friend like him. Not one. Not one. He was the one who can leave his house, tell his wife, I'm going to Ogunsanya, and he will come to my house, sit down. Where food do they owe? I eat. I tell Mama I'm going to his house. The only pastor friend I've ever treated that way is Adegbite. When he comes to IBT Ayobo for their program, years after we left Ekole, he will come here, park his car. He was using a car like that one. He will park his car here, come upstairs, stay here, sleep. I don't know if he didn't sleep more than a day. And from here, go to Ayobo to do their program. That's the kind of friendship. Akeola told me that when I did when I did the IT, they sent my picture that I did. The picture landed in the hand of Brother Shafe. Quote me. I didn't say a brother. I said Brother Shafe. I didn't know his position in IBTC. He said Brother Shafe called me and said, your picture that you took has been brought. He said I held it. I can't remember what he said. Brother Shafe said. You know what? In those days, Deeper Life don't take picture. Those of you who newly came who don't know, let me teach you. They don't take picture. He said, as the brother was talking, he became afraid because he felt he had sinned by taking picture. He said, in the presence of Brother Shafe, quote me. I say Adegbite, I say Akinola, I say Shafe. He said I carried the picture right in his office. I knocked it down, bam, broke everything, pack it and throw it away. You know what said the Ogunsanya I did? I felt he cannot be holier than me. I should be holy too. All the album I had, all the picture in it, I threw into latrine. All minus none. All. How can Akinola be holier than me? Let me tell you what. I graduated from Bible College. 2 photographers, I didn't know how we got photographers. 2 photographers were employed who were taking my picture while I was doing the graduation. All the pictures they supply in packets. The 2 photographers. I have not given one to anybody. The packet Atigba Atawo Chalanga Iwo. We later came for National Ministers Conference at Ayobo. Quote me. And Baba said, I'm not quoting verbatim or something like, make sure you took picture before you leave this place. You cannot see picture of my childhood. The only picture that remained was inside the Bible, forgotten there. One day, years after we began to take picture, I opened the book and I saw the picture. My wife carried Timo. I think it was Timo. She was carrying. She too was Opelenge then. If you see her then, you will thank God for me that I fed her. She's so. Hey, she's here, Nisha. My wife, don't worry. But you are Opelenge there. She was Opelenge carrying our baby. Black and white. That is the only picture I have. You know, I never regret. All our members Carry your television before I open my eyes and throw away. All of them. All of them throw all their television. We didn't have all the members throw away their television. I never regretted. You say, well, I was learning. I want to be holy. We didn't have that doctrine in Gospel Faith Mission I came from. I learned it from Deeper Life. And it was okay for me. You said, do you regret it? No. It was a learning process. One day we came to Ayobo. I saw television that they were using, was it in bookshop or where? I said, all my members throw away their television. See television here. I'm not one of those pastors that condemn Deeper Life. I'm only telling you I have many things inside my heart that I've never told you. So if they are trying to put their hand into my mouth, that doesn't see me. Baba was wrong. I made mistake too. Did I not tell you that if I preach about jewelry, you remove? If I'm preaching, you will be removing it. But I later understood. So I told you that Baba know today that the use of jewelry is not sinful. So Teba wa pamimbi muwambi emada kewa game lori. Baba Kumuyi knows that the use of jewelry is not sinful. How do I know? We came to Ayobo. He invited Peter Wagner. Was it during 2000 and beyond? Peter Wagner was using jewelry. A wife was using jewelry. Wagner himself was carrying a ring. As I then I was still battling with, is it right, is it wrong? I told myself, if Baba could bring Peter Wagner, it means Baba did not see Peter Wagner as somebody going to hell. How can you invite somebody from US to come and be ministering to pastor in Nigeria where you know he's going to hellfire? You want me to deceive myself? I've just told you, October 1, it was posted, it's still on the YouTube. Kinikon Rose is the name of the man. His group was Kinikon Media. I say, Augustine, look, show ring our melo, our meji. If we remove one, put in the ear of one woman, remove the other one, put in the ear of the second ear of the woman will be very beautiful wearing a ring. If that woman will go to her, this man must go. Should Baba now invite somebody that will go to her to come and be preaching to people in Nigeria? I'm not saying Baba did wrong. I'm only saying Baba doesn't say it. It's not a problem. But Baba doesn't know that is where the problem is. He knows. And if you ask me, I will talk more. Because the person that interpreted Baba's message in Russia then, if I'm not mistaken, that woman was wearing trousers. Quote me. He said, you are begging for pardon. Yes. But pardon does not make me to change the truth to lie. He speaks highly of people who use jewelry. The way he talk about Billy Graham, Peter Wagner, T.L. Osborne, Maurice Cerulo, suggest that Baba really respect them. It's not too long before a message was sent to me on YouTube. It was an audio. You know, YouTube is video, but you can use it for your audio message. You just put a picture. They put a picture. The title of the message is something, Kumuyi reveal his secret. I can't remember. Something like that. That's what drew my attention. I said, which secret? And Baba said, in those days, I'm not quoting verbatim. This is my own. Everything I say is my own. But I'm not lying. I'm not adding. But that's what he said. In those days of flat, is it flat 2 now? In the University of Lagos, where the Bible study started. That sometimes somebody will come and greet him. He doesn't know the fellow. The fellow will say, I was in Bible study. I had so sickness. While the Bible study was going on, I was healed. He said, I was not praying for the sick. But some people are being healed. He said, when we will start to use stadium, he said, I took the book of T.L. Osborne, Healing the Sick. And I'm using my own word now, defer it. He said, I read until the paper began to tear. Quote me. How many times do you read a book before it begins to tear? According to him in that message, he has bought 3 of the books, because the number 1, the number 2, I don't know. He said he has bought 3. He said, I took the message of Maurice Cerullo. I listened to it until I could repeat what he said word for word. That's the first time I will hear him talking about message of Maurice Cerullo, being able to repeat word for word. There was a time in those days that he said Maurice Cerullo came to Ibadan. I couldn't attend. I said they should buy me all the cassettes, and I listened to the cassette. He said I listened to the cassette until I can repeat him word for word, and I know he was in line. If you are listening to Maurice Cerullo cassette to the extent you can repeat it word for word, what do you think about Maurice Cerullo and Jesus? Because when I said Baba, I believe, some of you are telling me some people call me all bad names. They say all my members will go to hell because I say the truth. Listen, he said that was what I filled my heart with. He said when we got to the crusade, the only thing in my heart was the healing the sick of T.L. Osborne and the message of Maurice Cerullo. He said while the program was going on, I was praying for the sick. He said I prayed until suddenly we began to hear noise. By the time they will investigate, a woman was having a child. One leg had no bone in it. He said it's like rubber. That he would tie the leg around the stick to walk. That suddenly the leg grew bone, and the boy began to run around the place. After reading T.L. Osborne, Healing the Sick. You want me to tell you about T.L. Osborne? T.L. Osborne will use carton to send me books, to send me cassettes when I newly became a pastor. Some of the cassettes interpreted to Yoruba. Beautiful Yoruba. The book he was talking about, I'm not sure if I do not have up to 2. Healing the Sick, I've read it too. Listen very well. Only God can tell how many general overseers that book has produced. I'll give you another one outside Baba Kumuyi. I gave my life to Jesus in Gospel Faith Mission. The general overseer was our daddy, Baba R.A. George. Dr. R.A. George. Highly humble, highly devoted. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not forming that now. That was the way I saw him then. Baba R.A. George, though I was a small pastor, knew me. Because I was the one driving the bus of our Bible college. And I remember he gave me a book, Good News Bible. This color, your cloth color, yellow color. I slept in his house before. Baba R.A. George, general overseer. Before Baba Abino took over. Baba R.A. George wrote a book. I have it. It was written in Yoruba. He said when we started, I'm not quoting that word the way he said it, I can't remember. They were operating like Sheroin. He said we used to go to the seaside, he said one day I came across T.L. Osborne book, Healing the Sick. The same book Baba Kumuyi read. The same book I have. And I read it. He said when I finished reading it, I told myself, I'm going to see for the true power of God. He said I locked myself inside a room. 3 days praying. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on the 3rd day, he said, I saw myself in the sky, looking at a host of worshippers. He said they were all wearing white garments. It was in those days when Cherubim Sele was very popular. He said they were all wearing white garments. If you ask me, if Baba had returned without vision, God's vision will start white garments straight away, because they were more or less like white garments. Baba Akapo will tell you that about this drumming, there was no drumming in the 70s in gospel churches. We make jest of churches that use drum. We call them Johnny Bembe. So Baba Akapo said in those days when we beat drum, he gave us the name of the Alu logo among them. But Baba said, while I was looking at them, the one guiding me said, wait. So I waited. He said, suddenly, I saw wind that blew. Full on all the thousands of people, maybe thousands or hundreds. He said the white, they were wearing tall. I was able to see their real color. The word he used, the book is written in Yoruba, the word he used is one do ho ho, one that be other. He said that fellow now carry Bible. Give me Bible now. Kúkú ní Bible. Èmi náà nǹkan kì í ṣe iPad mò ń lò ní. Ṣé Bible náà ń pèlè báyìí pẹ̀lú ìwé rẹpẹtẹ? O ṣe jàre ìwọ ló ní Bible. O carry. He said the fellow carry Bible and gave me. I said, this is where the power of God is. I then woke. That's what changed gospel faith. So those of you that abuse me, I'm no longer a kid. I have known a little. Don't abuse me. Instead, pray for me. And I'm not lying. Go and find out if any of the thing I said is a lie. If Baba Kumuyi will read Maurice Erulo's book, listen to his cassette until he could repeat what he said, he suggests to me he took him for a servant of God. True or false? I know Mama Cerulo now. She's the one leading Maurice Erulo ministry now that Maurice Erulo himself is dead. I've attended many Maurice Erulo's program. If Baba respect Maurice Erulo like that, he suggests to me that those of you using jewelry here, you can't go to hell. Because if you go to hell, Maurice Erulo and his wife will go. And if Maurice Erulo and his wife will go, and Baba read his book, listen to his case, so like that, I pray he will not go through. There may be challenges, there may be situation in the church. I'm not against it. And I'm not condemning Baba for the stand he took. There are those, you want to lecture? How will I lecture Baba? Only Baba. I'm only telling my members that jewelry I allow you to use. I read the Bible, I prayed, I did research, I almost died before I came to the conclusion. So if somebody say I should accept that I'm a sinner for teaching you that way, I'll tell him no. I'm a child of God. Though I concluded that in 1994, I have not used tie clip once in my life. Tie clip. I have never put any ring in my hand since I gave my life to Jesus. Though I know it's not a sin, but I don't need it. I'm too big for ring. So I mentioned that I disagree with Baba on the some aspects of Christian dressing. That doesn't mean I say you can wear just anything. I'm coming to teach trousers. Dr. Adesina was reminding me the other day that you said anything you don't allow, you cannot control. That's true. I can only control the type of trousers you use when I agree it's not sinful. And you know, they don't know, that if you wear trousers, you cannot minister on this altar today. Can you? I won't allow you. Somebody say it's not a sin. There is not a sin does not mean I allow you. I went to Italy. I saw the wife of brother wear trousers. I didn't stop her. You stop on saying you didn't stop her and then otutu to mu allow to mu wambi. The kind of code they go and meet deeper life in UK, in US, in Canada, and say, Pastor, should I know you? None of you. You want me to talk to you? I will talk to you. I'll get there. I'm about to finish it. Hallelujah. Then when you say, with all of this, what right do you have to talk about Baba? The right I have is in Galatians chapter 2. Open it. Verse 11, downward. But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed. For before that Satan came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were called, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision. And the other Jew dissembled likewise with him, in so much that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation. Verse 14. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew, liveth after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews? Who was talking here? Paul. Who was he rebuking? His fathers in the Lord. Peter, Barnabas. Was he insulting them? No. Paul could tell Peter, Daddy, you don't supposed to do what you do. What have I said, for Christ's sake? What have I said? That's Bible. Having this in the Bible, I don't think I've done anything wrong by lovingly and respectfully complaining about some issues with Baba Kumuyi. I have never called him Kumuyi in your hearing. In fact, I don't often call him Pastor Kumuyi. I remember I wrote something one day. I wrote Baba Kumuyi. My editors, they said no, I should change to Pastor Kumuyi. That in English there is no Baba. Babas like that, when they call me on phone, I'll be prostrating. So I'm not the kind of person that can talk about elders anyhow. You know why? Though, because all of these are in the Bible, I don't think I've done anything wrong with my message of life. You know, I wouldn't have needed to say this today. You know, because of what followed. Yes, some people commended me, but I don't pay attention to that. I pay attention to those who complain, because some of them meant well. Some of them have genuine reason. If you two hear people say bad things about me on social media, you may see yourself complaining, though you won't complain that way. If you complain that way, I hear you, I discipline you. If you say that fellow is going to hell because he talked about me, and all his members will go to hell, I won't allow you to do that, but you can complain too. I consider Baba Kumuyi to be my senior in age, in education, in knowledge, in ministry, in position, in achievement, and so on. I cannot disrespect him. Lie. I can't do it. He was born in 1941. I was born later in 1955. He was born again in 1964. I became born again later in 1976. He started Deeper Life in 1973. I started Bible Church later in 1983. He is an international man of God. You know, I'm a small local pastor, Obawale pastor. He has a big church with millions of members. I have a very small church with very few thousand. How many thousand came to our conference? He is striving to make heaven. On that, we are equal. I am striving to make heaven too. You may not like me for that, but that is the truth. Before I allow us to pray, I'll read 2 verses more. Proverbs 27:5 says, open rebuke is better than secret love. I cannot rebuke him at all. But that scripture says I have not done anything wrong. Proverbs 141, I think it should be Psalm 141, verse 5. Let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness, and let him reprove me. It shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. Let the righteous smite me. Those people that abuse me and say what they like about me, I'm sure Baba will not approve them if he hears. You say why? He will understand what I said, that I wasn't insulting you. Number 2, he will understand that I'm not lying. I'm saying the truth. He can't support them. Let me quickly read this one before you go. My pastor friend in Ikole Ekiti, when I began to pastor God's Faith Mission in Ikole in 1980, was Pastor Akinola Adegbite, now of blessed memory. His wife is still in Akure area. He was a full-time Deeper Life pastor who attended my branch of government along with all his Deeper Life members when Deeper Life have not started Sunday fellowship. All the at the time of his death, he was a regional overseer in Obale, Ondo State, and remained my friend until he died. In those days, because Deeper Life was a para-church, they were not doing Sunday fellowship. They were not operating fully as a church. They started operating as a church in 1983. I was the one naming all the Deeper Life babies in Ekole. Coach me. That's the kind of friendship. All their members attend my Gospel Faith Mission branch. I'm going to read something. Some people may also crucify me, but it's the truth. During the period when Deeper Life had issues with other churches, my general overseer, my father-in-law, Pastor Dr. R.A. George, instructed us as government annual convention in Ibadan to expel Deeper Life members from our churches. Why? They were stealing our members. Because they were not running church. So when they come to church after service on Sunday, they will take a brother and say, Deeper Life Bible study on Monday. Will you come? If you come, you will like it too. And that one will go. Monday is our evangelism day. You won't see anybody to do evangelism. God made you have endure. When they couldn't endure again, that program, Baba Rangel said, when you get home, tell all Deeper Life, don't come to our church again. In Ibadan, I didn't count them. The ministers, pastors, elders that gather will be up to 20. Will be up to 2,000. I'm not sure. I didn't count them, but that's my estimation. I was the only one who raised up my hand. Said the Ogunsanya caught me at a job. The only person who raised his hand. No question and answer session. Baba only announced to us. We're supposed to say yes and go. I raised up my hand. And Baba said yes. I said, Baba, we allow Sele to come. We allow Cherubim to come. We will tell Deeper Life not to come. And Baba, elderly, anointed, wise, knowledgeable. You know what he did? He simply ignored me. He didn't say, Ogunsanya, you are wrong. He didn't say you are right. He said, what did he do? He just moved on talking. And I understood. Is that what you understood? I understood what Baba said. Baba did not answer me. He was the one who said yes when I put up my hand. Listen, we got back to our station. The next ministers' meeting at Ado Ekiti. My pastor in Kole was my district overseer in Ekiti. Baba Bagere, he loved me like Ilo Lolonye. My pastor in Lagos later became my district pastor in Ekiti. Till he died, he was my father. I'm telling you. I had become general overseer of Bipartisan Church. The day I surrendered my letter, I was going. He was weeping. They later planned coup against me. I wrote it in that book. They said I should pay money I wasn't owing because they wanted to take me back. No, they loved me. They want me to come back. But I didn't go back. I pay instead. Baba Bagere, when I got to ministers' meeting at the end of the month, Baba Bagere said, Ogunsanya! When you call your son like that, say you won't know the meaning. Ogunsanya! Over Kobara! Olano was okay. Láàrin gbogbo èèyàn. I'm sure Baba was afraid when I raised my hand. Ọmọdé yìí, ọmọ kékeré yìí. Olano. He felt that because Gio could do anything to me. Ogunsanya Olano was okay. Láàrin gbogbo èèyàn. You raise your hand in the midst of our people. I said, sir, the reason I raised my hand is that I won't be able to execute that order. Pastor Yoaye was one of the senior pastors. He was pastor in Baba was in Ireje. He was in another branch, the second branch in Ado Ekiti. Pastor Yoaye said they are stealing our members. I said they are not stealing my own. And they were not stealing my member. Yes, they stole my member, but not at the rate they said they were stealing. I will tell you, I'm going to get there very soon. Because my friend, I can last hold my member. But as I then, they didn't steal my member at God's Faith Mission. Not at all. I said they didn't steal my member. And really, they didn't steal my member. Baba couldn't order me. Go and do it. I said the reason I raised my hand is that I won't execute the order. And if you know me, this is how I do my hand when my guy is talking. But when it comes to my conviction, Baba, let me JJ. Go and find out. Deeper Life started Sunday fellowship in the whole of Ondo State in 1983. They did not start in Ikole. To my knowledge, only Ikole Ekiti they didn't start. Quote me. They started in Akure, Ado, everywhere. They didn't start in Ikole. Go and find out. 1983. You know when they started? When I resigned from Gospel Faith Mission, and I told my friend I've resigned, I'm going. A Sunday before that Sunday, it started Sunday fellowship in Ikole. Because they were coming to my church every Sunday. Even after the GO said we shouldn't drive them, I did not drive them. You say you disobey. Yeah. And you are stubborn. I'm not stubborn. I already raised my hand. I already told my district officer I won't do it. Pastor, yesterday I still remember. I said if they want to drive them, somebody should come from Ado to drive them. But said they Ogunsanya, I will not. And I did not. So those of you who came to Deeper Life yesterday, you don't know, some of us are Kumuyi more than you. Dẹ̀mí ló máa fi sọpọ́n òwò wà dẹ̀ máa bú mi láì jẹ́ pé mo tójú ẹ̀ parọ́ àbí mo sọ tí ì ṣòótọ́. Let me say this one. Next week will not be like this. We will not need as much time. You know, I've said it before, I'm saying it again, that since Bible Pattern Church started, my counsel have always been, if you are aware there is no Bible pattern, the church I recommend is Deeper Life. Deeper Life fast. I've come to marry people here. They marry after I've allowed the use of jewelry. And the person they married was a jewelry user. And when their member came and said he was going to marry Brother Jamiu's sister. Where is Jamiu? Jamiu's sister. I told the man, you want to marry unbeliever? He said, who is unbeliever? I said, you know, see a ring in here. He said, it's not like that. I said, it's not like him. When they said she should come to Bagada to meet marriage committee, I told Sheruka Kolondia Biruka, sorry, I call you are working jaga. It's your sister I'm talking about. Yes. What's her name? Ruka. Shout. Ruka. Those who become a Ojue. Who's senior who? Senior. So, what's your dad? You want to marry unbeliever? He said, it's not like that. It's not like that. Only here. Okay. We kept on. When it was time, he will come here for our counseling. Ruka was to go there. I said, Ruka, if you are going to Deeper Life for counseling, if you don't wear your earring, anytime you are going, anytime you are going, you must wear. And I will find out. Coach me. And all the day Ruka went to Bagada, she went with her ring. She mo paro. So ile yin lo ngbe. Ki ile ring go to marry. When did she stop using?
I don't know.
Was she using till she left your house?
She used till left her house.
Say it loud.
She used.
She went to Bagada with her ring. You say, what do you want to do? I want to prove to Deeper Life that your ring is not sinful. And in case you think it's sinful, you cannot marry my daughter. All the day she went, I made sure she wear a ring. The day of our wedding, it was here. We did wedding. She was wearing her ring here. When Deeper Life pastors sat with us here, some of them we gave work to do. I did it deliberately. Somebody can do wedding here without a ring. It's a ring requirement of God. But to prove to Deeper Life, I made sure. I said the only day you will remove your ring is when you carry her away from Bible pattern. When she landed in Deeper Life, Gaga, remove your ring. All the days she said she will wear, and she wore until she left here. You are now telling me Baba think a ring is sinful. Go. If I want to tell you a story, I still have a story that can cover the next 3 hours. But I'm ending it there. If I'm to complain today, I have many things to complain. I refuse to complain. Even today, with all I've said, if I must recommend a church outside Bible Church, which one will I recommend? Youth now, some of them try to go to Redeem Order, but all of you elderly, if you travel up to here, it's still deeper like you go. When me and my wife went to Germany, on Sunday, I first preached to you online. Then I said we must go to a physical church also. At least we know what they are doing in Germany. No gospel church we could find in Mediburg that we went. So I went to Google to search, and I saw that the nearest church, the nearest Deeper Life church, was in Lesfig. 110 kilometers to Mediburg. My wife and myself, we entered trained. We called the pastor. He came to train station to pick us to their church. That's where we attended, in Lesfig. You want to hear the truth? At least I saw one or two women there that were wearing trousers. One of the Sunday school teacher, a Yoruba man, his wife was wearing earring, coach me, in Mediburg. Because when you say all my members will go to hell, tell me the gate man you put at the gate that those one will not go to hell, where my members will be entering. I said Mediburg. I said Lesfig. I said 100 and something kilometers for Mediburg. I said it was on Google. I searched for the church. I said the pastor came to the train station to take us to the place. I said I saw people there wearing trousers, not many, because of Ututu. And a Sunday school teacher there, his wife was wearing a ring that day. In the Deeper Life that attended there. Deeper Life can still change many things. You say, how do you know? I told you of the photograph. After I throw all my own away, Baba is taking photograph. All Deeper Life are taking photograph. I'm not against them. That was how we understood them. If they change all the things they changed, and Baba said he will still change some things, I shouldn't be afraid if I think that Baba one day may say jewelry is not sinful, knowing that he knows. You know what? It's not possible for me to insult Baba Kumuyi. I have never, I am not, and I will never do it. There was a woman in this area who, till she died, did not stop to call us Deeper Life. I will describe her for you. A house directly opposite this church, down, if you are going to Shogbade, that is where Zion something church is. The pastor of that church attended at the National Relay Bible Study here. He was here on Monday. He sat where Pastor Peter sat. Here. He's the pastor of that church opposite us here. That house, a woman owned the land. When she wanted to sell it, she called us to come and buy. But we didn't have money. As I did, I think, don't let me call the amount. We didn't have small money. That old woman, till she died, never stopped to call us Deeper Life. From the first day we come here, anytime she talk about it, I want Deeper Life. Yeah, and she Deeper Life. Tobato Mansoro, I want Deeper Life. Because that's what some people felt. Do you now know our problem? We are suffering from both sides. The children of Deeper Life call us backslider. That's suffering. The enemies of Deeper Life call us Deeper Life. Even former pastors of Deeper Life still call me Kumuyi. If you want me to show, I won't call name, I will show you. One of their senior ministers who is no longer there. But when we are in meeting, the way he talked to me, Baba, because of the way I talk. Oh. How many stories of Baba Kumuyi have I told here? You think I can stop telling it? let me remind you. I told you a woman who was traveling in Lagos in a bus, and somebody was carrying a dead child. The woman was a deeper lifer. In those days, I think that should be in the 70 or 80. And pray for the child. I think the woman was returning from hospital or something. And the child came back to life. And everybody in the bus jubilated. When they got to where they are going, I think it was along Alagomeji Yaba side. I can't remember. The bus stopped. Everybody in the bus rejoiced. And then the woman told the bus driver, "Can you allow me to quickly go to Noah's house?" The bus driver said, "Lai, if you want to follow her, follow." And what I heard was that deeper life had told that boy, "Stay here until I come." And she went with the woman and her raised baby to her house. The driver kept on trying to start the car, until she returned. The vehicle started. I've told you the story here. Does that read Kumuyi, Baba Kumuyi, deeper life? Or it blessed them? Down. It's some story that made it easy for them to steal my members. He said, "Use the word steal, barely." Because they don't need to talk much. What I've already told you has prepared you for it. And I will mention one or two before I leave you. I told you that a white woman was brought to Baba Kumuyi's office. Usher carried her. Baba didn't know that they carried her. As she came, maybe she was busy. She did not even ask the woman, "What do you want?" She simply pray for the woman. "God bless you." And said, "Go." He was busy. And the woman got up. Baba Kumuyi said when he entered, he saw that all ushers remained. They didn't go. He said, "I planned that when the woman is gone, I'm going to rebuke the ushers. Is it because she's a white woman that you brought her here and you stay?" He said when he prayed and said the woman should go, all the ushers, the woman got up and was going. And all the ushers began to jubilate. Hey! Baba was now wondering, what happened? They said the woman was lame. They carried her there. She stood up to walk away. That was why they were rejoicing. Have I not told you the story here before? Was I killing deeper life? Or I was blessing deeper life? You think I don't have story I can tell? Some of you don't know. Come here and hear stories of testimony. I told you some children in those days of Bible study in Bagada finished Monday Bible study. They were going home. On the road, they saw a lame man. I still told the story recently. Monday Bible study, I think it's last Monday or 2 Mondays ago. They saw a lame man, small children. What they have just read in the house of the apostle, they said, let's read the man. And they are praying. "Oh yeah, lame man, can you come?" They said, one of them said, "That's not how Peter did it." He went near and said, "Get up in Jesus' name." The man jumped up and began to walk. Did I say Bible pattern? Did I not say deeper life? Was I killing Baba Kumuyi then? Did I complain? Do you ever hear this from me? You wouldn't have even heard, if not for those people that say I'm going to hell. Stand up and let us pray. Do I now say deeper life is bad? Do I say Baba Kumuyi is bad? No. I only told you that. If they told you I sin, I didn't sin you. If they told you I insult Baba, I can never insult Baba. I can never. I have all of this in my heart. Did I ever tell you? Because I felt I am too mature than to be worried about that. Somebody said you are poisoning innocent people. Who is innocent people? Are you innocent people that I'm poisoning? You are my members that I'm ministering to. And God has been blessing you. And He will continue to bless you. Yeah. Those of you that use jewelry, I'm the one who allow you. If I say remove it today, I know you will remove. But I'm not telling you to remove. Because I've told you you have removed several times until I say it no more. And I'm no longer saying it. So I'm waiting for them to start using their own. Tell me back, let's pray. That this program that we started, it will achieve the purpose of God. Open your mouth and begin to pray like that. I still have more weeks. At least I'm sure of 2 weeks more. No, I won't. I've finished Baba Kumuyi's case. I don't think I have to talk about him anymore. But I will go to some of the areas of disagreement and show you what the Bible says. So pray that you achieve the purpose of God. That the devil will not be able to use it in any way. Against deeper life, against Bible pattern, against their members, against us. Against the work of God in any way. But the purpose of God will be fulfilled. The name of God will be glorified. And it shall be very well. Pray like that. Pray for Baba Kumuyi. He's our Father. That God will continue to strengthen him, encourage him, empower him. If you are not on his seat, you don't know the challenges he faces. There are things you say, Baba's supposed to do this. But if you are there, you will know it's not as easy as you think. Pray that God will help him the more. And the work of God will continue to do well in his hand. All our brethren that say what they like about us, some of them meant well. Some of them are genuinely concerned. Pray that God will bless all of them. That neither they nor we go to hell. That all of us will stay at the center of the will of God. And heaven of blessedness will be the end of our journey. Pray that Bible Pattern Church will also grow. Will do well. Pray like that to God.